Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. Today we're continuing our playthrough of Nemesis. We've got our android and our CEO. We're going against the carnamorphs and we've already had some action and it's been pretty exciting. Now before we start, there is something I want to talk about, and that's if you're looking for another playthrough of this game. I also have done a solo playthrough with the pilot, and I've also gone through the Untold Stories campaign Volume 1. You can check out the link to those playthroughs in the description of this video. Along with that, there is one more thing I want to talk about, and that's the solo co-op objective cards that we had for both of our characters. Now, when the game starts, you both have to draw a co-op solo objective, and you have to flip them over, and you have to both resolve them in order to win the game. But we were going to just do this one. Cleanup crew, send the signal, and the nest must have been destroyed. Now, in the actual base game of Nemesis, I would also have to do this, the first contact protocol. At least 2 intruder weaknesses must be discovered. Well, these were created with the base game in mind and not much of the expansion material. These carnamorphs don't have weaknesses. They have adaptations. And so this could either be not doable or it's going to be super easy. Either going to, if you wanted to change the word to adaptations, then this is going to be really easy, because as these things grow and attack and become more powerful, they're going to reveal them on their own. Normally in the base game, you have to take different things back to our laboratory and we have to discover them by going ahead and doing the laboratory action to find their weaknesses. But like I said before, we don't actually do that in this game. So that's why I discarded this. So I'm sorry if I caused some confusion as to why I didn't keep both of my co-op objectives, but I just thought we were going to play a nice fun co-op little thematic game here. So that's why we're just going to try to do this one and see if we can make it through. Now, if you're excited to see if they actually can do that, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.
Time you will hear.
Now our android has the first player token, so she's going to start by discarding her self-repair card. And what she's going to do with that is she's going to move. She's going to move right over here. Basically what I'm looking for now is the nest. If we could try to take that thing out, that'd be awesome. Then we don't have to worry about it. We've completed half of our objective. Now let's go ahead and see what we have found. We have found the comms room. All right, we found the comms room. That's actually very helpful because I can get items out of here, and that's what she needs to be able to heal herself. Now let's see what's happened to it. Oh, there's slime in there, and we have to set this thing to 3. So our wonderful android has found the comms room, but she got slimed when she entered that room. And when we do enter, we have to roll for noise, so we're going to go ahead and roll that up. We got a 2, so we're going to place a noise marker in number 2 right over here. So we're going to go ahead and put a slime marker on our android since she got slimed when she entered the room. Now only she's going to get slimed. The token goes away, so our CEO can't get slimed if he goes into that room. So we're going to go ahead and discard the token. We've set our room to 3 items, and what she's going to do is she's going to use efficiency. I can choose and discard any number of cards from my hand to draw the same number of cards, but more importantly, I can use a room action without paying its cost, and that's totally what I need to do. Because in order to complete our objective, we have to send the signal, and the nest has to be destroyed. Now, if we had multiple send the signals, multiple people would have to do it, but we only have one card that says send the signal, so only one person has to do it, and she's gone ahead and taken care of that. Now, to show that that has been taken care of, we're going to go ahead and put this down right here to show that we have sent the signal. Now our CEO is going to go ahead and discard his protect card and move over to where our android is for his first action. The next thing he's going to do is he's going to discard his computer skills card because we are in the comms room. So he has these special items, these access codes, and he can activate this item in the comms room, remove the other access codes quest card from the game. So he can activate one of these. And the one that we have here is pod override. I can spend 1 card to remove any one escape pod from the game. I can repair or break remotely 1 engine of your choice. Now I can only use this once. The other one is ship codes. I can discard the coordinate card and choose a new one. You cannot perform this action after the time marker has reached the blue space, or I can reduce the counter by 1 pick the chosen item from the deck matching the color of the room you are in, and then reshuffle the deck afterwards. All right, we are actually going to take this one, the ship's codes, and then I'm going to have to discard this quest card from the game. We have to remove it. Now our android is going to go ahead and use her search card, and she's going to reduce the counter on this room down to 2, grab 2 yellow cards, and let's see what we have found. We found Technical Corridors Plan. If you're in a room with a Technical Corridors entrance, move your character to another room with a Technical Corridors entrance. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Doesn't even matter what this one is. Chemicals, fully load ammo in a flamethrower. And it does have that symbol, so if I wanted to, that in the close could become a Molotov cocktail. But this card is unbelievable. Anyway, anytime you can be moving through the Technical Corridors is just amazing. It's unbelievably powerful. We're going to keep this card. It only cost me 1 card to use it, but I can also only use this card once, and that's just fine. The next thing she's going to do is she's actually going to use this card. It says, if you're in a room with a computer, I can open or close a door. But more importantly, if you're in a room with a computer, check any undiscovered room and its exploration token. That is huge. We're going to discard that card, and we're going to check this room right here. And that's because it's so hard to get to compared to the other rooms. Let's see what it is. It is the generator. I can initiate or stop a self-destruct system. All right, so we know the generator is there, and I believe I'm also able to look at the other token as well. You're able to look at the undiscovered room and its exploration token, so I can look at the exploration token too. And there's a door, so it's going to have a door closed behind it. But that's okay. I don't think we're going to even need to go there. That's the end of her turn. That was good. Now it's going to be his turn, and you guessed it. He's totally going to use this thing right here. He's going to go ahead and discard the coordinates card and choose a new one. You cannot perform this action after the time marker has reached the blue space. It is not. We're at time marker 11. If it would have gotten to 8, we couldn't use it. Now, in order to do that, we do have to pay 1 card, and I think we're going to go ahead and discard our other protect card. I'm going to get rid of that card. We're going to use our ship's codes to change the coordinates. So I'm going to discard this coordinates card, and we're going to go ahead and choose one. I'm going to choose this coordinates card because it says that Earth is B, and that's where we want to go, is to Earth. So I'm going to go replace this with that other card. Now our CEO is going to go ahead and pass. That's going to be what he's going to do for the rest of the turn. He's going to pass his turn, and we're going to move back over to the android. Now the android still has some more stuff she could do. I could go ahead and, I think that's about all she can do. She doesn't have anything else to do either. She has an arm tablet, but it takes another card to use, and I actually don't even really need this card at all. I can check the engine status, or I can check the coordinates, and we know what the coordinates are, and we know all our engines are okay. So I'm actually going to discard this card. Oh no, I'm going to save it. I don't want to be ambushed by any of our intruders. She's going to save it, and she's also going to pass for this turn. So we're going to go ahead and move our track up to 10. Look, we were only 2 away from going across the blue space, and if that was the case, we wouldn't have been able to use our access codes. Those access codes were so good. Now I've gone ahead and moved the time track up, and since there's no self-destruct or intruder attack or fire damage step, we're going to go ahead and see what our next event is. We're going to discard that one and turn over the next one. Hopefully it's something not too bad. It says Awakening. In each room with a carcass token not in a character's hand, replace 1 carcass token with a shambler. If there is a character in any of these rooms, perform 1 intruder attack for each shambler placed there. Wow! Now we also don't have any of these on the board to be able to move down here, but we are probably about to have a shambler on the board. And remember, we were able to kill that Metagore over here, so we're going to replace that with a shambler. Oh my, he's already on the board. So now that we've taken care of our event card, we're going to go ahead and do our intruder bag development. We're going to reach in here and draw out a token and see what we find. We have found a shambler token. So that means all of us have to roll for noise and possibly find an encounter. So we're going to start with our first player, which is our android. She's going to roll for noise first. And she got a 1. It was on the 2 for just a second. Oh, that would have been so bad. All right, we're going to put a noise token up in number 1. Now our CEO has to roll. Let's see what he gets. He got no noise. Now the good news is he's not slimed. If he was slimed, this would have been a danger symbol. We'd have to put noise in every room around him. But we got off okay that turn. So our android is going to go ahead and draw up to 5 cards. She already has her arm tablet. She gets 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what she found. She has found demolitions. She's also found interruption, which is a great card to move with. Computer skills. And she has, her contamination card. Oh, that's awesome. All right, we're going to move over to our CEO, and we're going to take our first player token with us. CEO has what? He has 2 cards? Yes, he has 2 cards, so he's going to get 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what cards he got. He has received authority. I can choose any character to move. That's awesome. I think I'm going to do that. We have robotic punch. That might be good if we find an intruder. And interruption, which is great for moving. He got some really good cards. And then he also gets to take the first player token. I'm going to put it right there. So our CEO is going to go ahead and use his interruption card. He's going to use the interruption card to trade. He's going to trade this add to energy weapon extended magazine over to our android. This thing's awesome. Add 2 ammo to one of your energy weapons, and from now on I have +2 ammo capacity. So we're going to go ahead and put this right up here, and we're going to remember that from now on I can add 2 more to this thing because it is an energy weapon. So I'm going to add 2 ammo now, and now it has a max ammo capacity of 5. That's actually really good. Our CEO's second action is he's going to use authority. Choose any other character in the room you're in. The chosen character draws 1 action card and moves to the neighboring room of your choice. So I'm going to send her over here. That's my plan. And she gets to draw a card, and she has found repairs. It's not really going to help us unless this is a malfunctioning room. So we're going to go ahead and see what room we have found down here. We have found fire control system. I can initiate the fire control procedures. Oh, that's not bad. That means I can put out fires. That's really good. We're going to put that down here, and we're going to go ahead and see what it is. It is broken, but there's 2 items in here, which is going to be really good. I just need to find some search cards to find those. So we're going to move her over into that room and add a malfunction token. And we're going to place it right there. Now, even though I didn't move, I still have to roll for noise for her. And she got a 2. So we're going to place a noise token in number 2, which is right there. Now, since we're in a room with a malfunction marker, I am going to go ahead and repair it. I can discard a malfunction marker from the room you're in, and I'm going to use an interrupt card to pay for its extra thing. And we're going to get rid of that. And for her second action, she's going to go ahead and use her computer skills. If you're in a room with a computer, use its room action without paying its cost. So it costs me nothing to activate the fire control system, which allows me to pick any one room and put a fire out. So we are going to put the fire out over in the laboratory. Now, if there were any intruders in that room, they would flee from that room. It's now our CEO's turn. He's going to go again. He's going to go ahead and discard his rest card. We're going to get rid of that card and move him up to here. Now, again, remember, we're still looking for that nest. We've sent our signal. We've got to find the nest and destroy it. We have found the storage room. I can search for an item. Well, that's awesome. That's not really what I wanted. I wanted the nest. And he got slime too. But there's 4 things in the room, and I have set the marker to 4. He's in there, and he is slimed. Now we're going to go ahead and roll and see what noise he has made. He found noise in number 3. So we're going to add that token right up here. And now we're going to go ahead and put a slime marker on him. Oh, poor guy. So we're going to go ahead and put his token down right there to show that he's slimed. And I think that's going to be the end of his turn. He's again with 2 cards. We're going to hold on to those, and we're going to move over to our android. So moving to our android's turn, she's going to go ahead and discard 1 card. Now, when you go to do actions, you can't discard the contamination card to perform actions. It's kind of a dead card in your hand, but you can always discard it at the end of the turn so you don't have to worry about it anymore. We're going to discard our demolitions card to use our clothes. I have them up here somewhere. Here they are. I have clothes. Look at these things. It says I can discard a slime marker. Well, how about that? We're going to get rid of that slime marker. And then with 2 cards left, I think she's going to pass. She's going to pass for the turn, and we're going to go ahead and move over to our CEO, who is also going to pass as well if he hasn't already. And we're going to go ahead and move into the event stage. So first, our turn marker is going to move up to 9. Now, once it passes here, our hibernatorium opens again, and if we have completed all our objectives, we can actually go into the hibernatorium, go to sleep, the ship will jump, and we'll find out if we go to Earth. And if we've met all the conditions and that's where we go, we win the game. So we're going to move right into drawing the next event card because none of the other event steps matter except for the bag development. So we're going to discard this one. We're going to see what our next event is. It says ammunition meltdown. Oh no. Set the item counter to 0 in the red room with the lowest number. Place a fire marker in this and all neighboring rooms. Wow! Fire doesn't spread through technical corridors or closed doors. Remove this card from the game and reshuffle the event deck. Oh my gosh. All right, not only that, our Shambler is going to move down corridor 1. So the first thing we have to do is move our Shambler down corridor 1, which means he's going to go into the technical corridors, which means I'm going to place his token right back into the bag, and he's going to go off the board. The next thing we have to do is resolve this event. Set the item counter to 0 in the red room with the lowest number. This number is 13. This one's 15. These are the only 2 red rooms out there. So this one, which was going to be very profitable for a second, is now at nothing. There is nothing we can find in there. And then if we continue on down the card, I place a fire marker in this and all neighboring rooms. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's put those out. So that means we're going to put a fire marker in this room, this room, this room, and this room. All those are neighboring rooms to that storage room. And that leaves us with only 4 fire tokens left. If we ever put 4 more on the board, that means the ship blows up and we lose. Good thing we have somebody sitting down here in the fire control center. And if that event wasn't bad enough, I still have to draw from here for our Intruder bag development. Let's see what happens to our guys. We have found another Shambler, so we have to roll for noise for all of our characters. So the first player token is with our CEO, who's in the burning storage room. Let's see what he has rolled. He has rolled a danger symbol. That means that I have to put a noise token in every adjacent corridor that doesn't have a noise token already. Now the good thing about that roll is if you did have noise in everywhere and you rolled it, you just have all the noise again. You wouldn't have to worry about actually anything spawning because there's already one in each corridor. Kind of interesting. But if you do roll this and there's an intruder next to you in another room, they'll come running into that room and get you. And now I have to go ahead and roll for our android and see what happens. She got a 1. Oh, that's perfect. We're going to be putting noise down here, and she's not going to be there much longer. Well, actually, she'll probably be using the fire control system for a little while, and then she's going to be going back this way. Now we're going to go ahead and draw back up to 5 cards. He's got 2, so he's going to gain 3 more. 1, 2, 3. He has managed to discover his contamination card, demolitions, and fast repairs. Sadly, nothing around him is broken. And we're going to go ahead and give this to our android. So our android gains the first player token, and she also gets, was it 3 cards? Oh, I should have discarded this card. That was my fault. Oh, darn it. I forgot to get rid of that. So it's stuck in my hand again. 1, and I got to go ahead and shuffle these cards up and see what we get. So we've gotten 3 down there so far. So we get 2 more because I forgot to discard my contamination card. And I was totally planning on it, and I totally forgot. Wow. All right, let's see what else we got. Self-repair and interruption. Oh, sad. I was really hoping I'd get the one where I could use the fire control system for free again, but I don't think I got that card. Interruption, self-repair, nope. Reduce the counter, draw 2 cards, no. Arm tablet, and I should have got rid of that. Oops, that's too bad. So our android can either search here and then use the fire control system for a whole nother turn. Now remember, she can only last till turn 5. Then she's done, unless I can get her to the generator room and have her activate her other quest item. So maybe it's better just to start moving, but there could be items in there I could use. It's so hard to decide. I think we are. I think we're going to go ahead and use our interruption card to move, because that way if I do stop here, I'm going to have to take damage if I search and move, because it'd be the end of my 2 actions. We don't want that. We're going to move over here. We're going to have to roll for noise when we get into that room, and that could be absolutely tragic. Let's see what happens to us here. I rolled a 4. Oh, a 4 is from where we came from. That's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put a token there. I can't believe how lucky we got there. And we're actually going to spend another one. We're going to go ahead and spend our arm tablet here. I don't think I need this anymore, and we're going to go ahead and move down this corridor here. So she's going to go ahead, move over here, and let's see what we have found. We found the nest. Now notice there's no numbers here. You can't actually search for anything in this place. Let's see what we found for a token here. A danger symbol. Oh, that's terrible. So we're going to go ahead and put this here, and I'm going to have to put noise in every single place around me. So that puts noise in 1, 3, 4, and then in our blue technical corridors. There's 2 different colored technical corridors. And if you do move through the technical corridors, you can only move from blue to blue or red to red. You can't move from blue to red. But that noise is in there, and we're surrounded. Both of our characters are. Now the good news is we know where the nest is, so we have to go ahead and destroy all 9 of these eggs in order to get out of here. That's a massive amount of eggs we have to destroy. Of course, the good news is our carnamorphs are actually probably going to help us kill some of these eggs too. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of our demolition card, and we're going to move down here. Now sadly, I bet this is going to end in tragedy because I'm going to have to roll this die, and there's noise all around him. He got a danger symbol. Look at this. Why couldn't I get any luckier? This is unbelievable. So I have to put noise in every corridor around me that doesn't have one already, but they all have one. And there isn't any intruders on the board able to go after him. So he's going to be able to move yet again. So he is also going to spend his fast repairs card to move over to the nest. And he again is going to have to roll for noise. Oh, he doesn't, because the android's there. He doesn't have to roll for noise because I'm moving into a location where somebody already is. That's perfect. Now our android is in the nest room, and she can use 2 cards to go ahead and take or destroy an egg. And she's going to destroy one of those eggs. And now we're going to go over to the CEO, and he has 3 cards, and one of them is Robotic Punch, the other one's Stop, and then he has a Contamination card. I wonder if I should get rid of these or if I should keep these cards, because I'm pretty sure something's going to be showing up in this room that's going to want to take us out. I think he is. We got to try to win. We're going to go ahead and discard both of those cards to go ahead and destroy another egg from our nest. Now both of our characters are sitting with a contamination card in their hand, so they have to pass. There's nothing else they can do. So we're going to move into the event phase. Now before we move into the event phase, I'm going to go ahead and discard my contamination card, and I'm also going to do that for the CEO. He is also going to go ahead and discard his contamination card. So at this point, the hibernatorium is open, and it's going to go to 8. So our ammunition meltdown here at the bottom says that I have to remove this card from the game and reshuffle this event deck. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle it up. I've gone ahead and taken all our discard cards and put them back in here. So we're going to see what we found. We have found Alert. Wow, what's this? Structural weakness. Put a malfunction marker on each discovered white room. Remove this card from the game and reshuffle the event deck. Wow, I'm just getting pounded here at the end. All right, we'll go take care of that. So the only one out here that's white is our evacuation section A and B. So I'm going to put a token on A, and I'm going to go and put a token on B. Now the last thing we need to do is go ahead and develop our intruder bag. So let's see what we have found. We have found in our nest, oh, we found a shambler. Okay, so we have to roll for noise in each one of those locations. Wow, that's going to be terrible. We're going to find something for sure. So we're going to start with our first player, which is our android. Let's see what she got. She got a 2, so that clears everything. We're going to remove the noise in all these locations, and we're going to go ahead and draw an intruder from the intruder bag. Let's see what she has found hanging out inside the nest. Oh, this could be really bad. Let's see what she found. She found a shambler. So there's a shambler in here. Oh no. All right, so here's our shambler. He is ready to take us down. Oh, our guys are in big trouble now. All right, we're going to have to see if we can beat that shambler. Now our CEO does not have to roll for noise because we already have a carnamorph in the room, and he's going to be able to surprise attack us because it really doesn't even matter what number we have because none of us have any cards. Oh, he's a 4. Wow, I would have needed a lot of cards to prevent myself from being surprised. So she's going to be attacked by this shambler. So let's draw a carnamorph attack card and see what he has done to her. It says he is going to slash her, and the symbol is here, so that means he does do this attack. It says the character suffers a light wound and gets 1 contamination card. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. So she's going to go ahead and grab another contamination card and take a light wound. If she takes 1 more light wound, she's going to have to gain a serious wound. That's going to be terrible. Now, I couldn't use my deactivation module because it says here I have to discard 1 action card from my hand and 1 energy marker from this card. And I didn't actually have any cards in my hand. I got rid of them all. Oh, that's terrible. Now that our shambler has attacked, we're going to go ahead and draw up to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sadly, none of them are contamination cards, so I got them both in my discard pile. Direct access, efficiency, search, demolition, and computer skills. I think all of these cards just say, I just shot the shambler. All right, we're going to put those right there. Our CEO is also going to draw up to 5. He's got 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to go ahead and shuffle these up here, and we're going to see what he gets. Hopefully he gets some ability to actually hurt this thing, or he might actually have to run away before he gets attacked again. All right, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he gets 2 more. So let's see what he has got. He got just 1 more thing. Oh, there's his robotic punch. That'll be good. Search, authority, and his contamination card. Oh no, he only had 1 attack in there. That's going to be pretty bad because I have to do 2 attacks, so I'm going to have to rest for the entire turn. And he, of course, is going to gain this first player token. So our CEO is going to go first, and he is going to use his robotic punch. Choose an intruder in the room you're in. Roll the attack die and deal its injuries. As in a shoot attack, you deal at least 1 injury except on a blank. If you deal at least 1 injury, you may inflict 1 additional injury for each energy you spend. Well, I'm only going to spend 1 right now, of course, to try to hit it. So we're going to go ahead and discard that. We're going to roll our die and see how we do. We got a Shambler symbol. So we did actually hit him for 1 point of damage. We're going to go ahead and put that there. Now I could spend the other energy I have, but then I have no more energy on my robot. I think that's a bad idea. We actually got to find an energy source for him. Now, when I was using that attack with our robotic punch, it says I deal damage on anything but a miss. Now, if I'd have rolled this symbol, now normally I would have missed because it's less than this symbol right here. That's a more powerful enemy than this one. So just to let you know how that works. But of course, with his punching ability, any of these hit except for, of course, that symbol right there. So now I have to draw an carnamorph attack card and see if I was able to kill this Shambler. So we're going to flip it over. Now, of course, the Metagores are a lot easier to kill probably than this guy. He had 5. I would have had to do 5 damage in order to find the kill shot inside this, Shambler. So sadly, I was not able to take him out. We're going to move. Oh, he has to do one more action now. So our CEO is going to go ahead and pass for the turn. I've got a plan. It's kind of tricky, but I've got a plan. We're going to see how it works. Now we're going to move over to our android, and our android is going to start blasting her with that arm gun he's got. She's going to go ahead and start by using her search card to pay 1 on her arm gun, and we're going to go ahead and fire. And it says when you roll a double hit, you deal 1 additional injury. This item cannot be traded or discarded. So we're going to discard 1 of our energy to see if we can hit this guy. So we're going to roll the die and see how we do. Oh, we got a double hit. Wow, that was amazing. She is so good at this. All right, she got 2 hits on him. Let's see how she did. Was she able to kill our Shambler? He had 8. Wow, I needed 8 in order to kill him this time. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, I didn't get him at all. All right, we're going to go ahead and shoot him again. We're going to discard our computer skills card to try to hit him this time. We're going to discard 1 of our cubes here, and we're going to roll our die again and see how it goes. We missed him this time. So we didn't do any damage to him. So we don't even draw a card. Now, of course, our CEO has passed. So we're going to move again over to our android. She's going to discard efficiency, I think. Oh, no, I've got a better plan. She's going to go ahead and use efficiency. She can't use it unless out of combat. She can't use it out of combat. That's too bad. That's what that symbol means. That symbol means if I'm in combat, I can't use this card for what it says on here. I was hoping to draw some of my contamination cards and use my claw. But instead, I'm going to discard this, and we're going to fire again. I'm going to use another thing. We're going to see if we can get this guy. We got a hit. That's good. So we're up to 4. We got 4 hits on him. Let's see if we were able to take him out. We just kept shooting and shooting. And 4. We got him. That's awesome. So we were able to take out our Shambler. He is off the board. Wow, it took a lot of actions, but we took care of our Shambler. So I'm going to put his miniature back in the please don't come back pile. Now I do have 2 more cards left, so we're going to go ahead and discard 2 cards to remove 1 of our eggs from the nest. And now our CEO is going to jump back in because he passed. After you passed, play this card after another player passes. He's going to wait. She's out of cards. She's going to pass. So now he's going to play his authority card. Or just one more thing, I'm sorry. Play this card after another player passes. So our android passed. Draw an action card. Perform an additional round you have to pass afterwards. So he can do whole nother set of things here. So he's going to go ahead and see what card he got. He got Protect. I might go ahead and keep this. We're going to use some of these other cards. I'm going to discard 4. Oh, I already used this one. So I'm going to discard our search card and our authority card to go ahead and remove another egg from our nest. So we're getting down there. We only have 4 left, I think. Let's check it out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. Once you get all 4 eggs out of here, we could go to the hibernation chamber and call it a day. We were able to take on these guys. So we're down to 2 cards, and now I have to pass. That is the deal. I have to pass. So he's done for the round. We're going to move into our event step. And before we move our time track down, our CEO is going to discard his contamination card. He doesn't want it in his hand. We're going to go down to 7. Now our android only has 2 more turns, and then she turns off. So our structural weakness also says that I have to discard this card from the game, and we're going to go ahead and shuffle up our event deck again, even though I just shuffled it and put that one on top. We're going to give it one more little shuffle here, and we're going to see what we get on, because that's what it tells me to do. Shuffle the deck. All right, shuffle the deck, see what we get. We got, what is this? Generator overload. Oh, it's going to be terrible too. If there are at least 3 malfunction markers on the board, start the self-destruct system. Remove the card from the game and reshuffle the event deck. Wow, how many of these removed do I get? That's amazing. Now I think we're going to be okay. Oh no, we're not. It's going to be terrible. Here, let's go check it out. So our card says if there are at least 3 malfunction markers on the board, there's one right here in the armory. And remember, we had to put 2, one in both the evacuation section A and the evacuation section B. So there are 3 on the board, so we have to start the self-destruct system. And our self-destruct system is right here. We're going to put a token there saying that it has started. If it gets to here, our escape pods open up. If it gets to there, it blows the ship up. And now that the event step's done, we have to go into our intruder bag development. So let's mix up the bag of death here and see what we found. We have found, oh, another one of these shamblers. So we got to go ahead and roll for noise in all of our characters. So our CEO is holding the first player token, so he has to roll first. He got, oh no, look at this. He got a danger symbol. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so we're going to have to put these down in all these locations here. And now, of course, our android has to roll, and there's noise everywhere. Unbelievable. So she rolled a 2. She's going to place a second token into the blue technical corridors. So we have to remove all the things and draw a token from the bag. And let's see what token we get from our bag. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is out of control. All right. Oh, I thought we were doing so good in here. Everything just went bad. We have found, oh, it's a red carnamorph inside here. So our red carnamorph comes out. Now she doesn't have any cards in her hand, so he's going to check his surprise. It's a 3. He surprised her. He's going to jump up and eat her. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely bad. So since he was able to surprise us, we have to put a shambler token into the bag. He's going to go ahead and get removed from the board. She's going to take yet another contamination card. And then we're going to have to also give her a light wound, which is actually going to give us a serious wound. So we have to draw our first serious wound for her. And it's in the hand. The cost of all your item actions is increased by 1. So we're going to go ahead and put our serious wound right here. I've already placed our contamination token on top. We're going to discard this for now because once we get the serious wound, we remove this, and then we're going to start taking light wounds again. So we have 2 shots left. We could have stopped so many attacks, but we never have any cards in our hand. And now we have a serious wound. And we're going to go ahead and take the first player token and just go ahead and get her all set up. She's going to take 5 cards. She gets 1, and then we're going to shuffle these up and see what other ones we get. Hopefully, maybe a contamination card wouldn't be bad. I keep finding a bunch of these guys now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got 4 more here. So let's see what we found. A search card, demolition card, self-repair, and an interruption card. So we're going to go ahead and put those in there along with our repairs card. There we go, just like that. Our CEO is going to draw up to 4 cards because he's kept his protect card. So we're going to go ahead and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4. He's got demolition, robotic punch, interruption, and rest. Wow, that'll be really good. So it's time for our android to go, and I've got a plan. Our CEO really kind of wants his ship. It's his ship. He's telling the android, we really got to keep this ship. So she's going to go ahead and use that technical corridors thing. Remember I had this thing, the technical corridor plans? If you're in a room with a technical corridor entrance, move your character to any other room with a technical corridor entrance. We're going to discard this by paying 1 card, and we're going to go ahead and move into somewhere with a blue technical corridor. So we're going to discard our interruption card, and we're going to move from our blue technical corridor right over to here. I know this is the generator room. I've seen it. And so we're going to go ahead and see what's going on inside the generator room. The generator is going to be able to initiate stop the self-destruct system, which is exactly what we need. Now a door is going to shut, and it's going to give us 1 thing. Now we already got the 1, so that's good. So we're going to go ahead and discard this. That means the room can still be activated, I believe, even with the fire token. It's only when it's malfunctioning that you can't actually use the room. So we're going to go ahead and put her there. She has to roll for noise, and we have to slam a door down. So we're going to slam this door right here. And we're going to keep this right in there. We're going to roll our die. We're going to roll it up. Oh, she got the danger symbol again. Wow, we're really good at rolling that one. We're going to put it in the blue, and we're going to put one in the red. Wow, that's awesome. Now she's going to go on to her second action. Oh, and I have to discard another card. I forgot that she has actually got this serious wound to her hand, so the cost of my item actions is increased by 1. So I have to discard another card. I'm going to discard my search card as well. Now that we're in that room, we're going to go ahead and use the generator to initiate and stop the self-destruct system. Sadly, she doesn't have any of her awesome cards that let her do it for free, so she's just going to spend these 2 cards to go ahead and stop the self-destruct system. So I'm going to remove this from the self-destruct. It is stopped. We're not going to blow up anymore. And that's going to be the end of her turn. Those were her 2 actions. We're going to go back over to the CEO, who is in egg smashing mode. He's going to discard his rest card and his interruption card to go ahead and destroy yet another egg in that nest. We're down to 3. With his second action, we're again going to start doing some demolition work on these eggs. Now, I'm not actually going to play for demolition. I just thought it'd be fun to say. We're going to get rid of both those cards, and we're going to kill yet another egg. We are down to 2 in that room. Now we're moving back up to our android. She's going to use her repair card to get out of the generator. But sadly, the generator's on fire. So when she finished her 2 actions, she has to take a light wound. So she's going to grab one of these and put it on her light wounds area and move. She's going to move back into the storage room. She has to get back here now, even though she used the technical quarters to get there. She's got to get back. So she's going to roll for noise and see what happens. She got a 1. Now, obviously, a 1 is going to trigger something because there's noise in every single corridor. So we're going to get rid of all these noise tokens, and we're going to draw a token from our bag and see how bad it is for our wonderful android who has absolutely no cards left in her hand. She got, a blank symbol. Wow, that's amazing. So what I have to do is put the blank back in, put a red Metagore in, and if there were any Shamblers on the board, I would have to put them in there as well. I would put their tokens back into the bag. Now, I also have to roll for noise. So I'm going to roll for noise again, and I got a 2. Of course, it's right where I'm trying to go. That's awesome. Now, she again has stopped in a room with fire, so she takes yet another light wound. She is down to 2 light wounds on her track. If she gets 1 more, she's going to take a serious wound. Now, of course, he's going to pass. He's done. He's done his job. He's told the android, hey, stop that self-destruct signal and come on back. By that time, I'll have the nest cleared out. And she's going to go ahead and pass as well. So now we're going to move into the event phase. So we're going to move our time track down to 6. And sadly, with all the commotion and everything, I totally forgot about my android's thing here. She was in the generator room. I could have used this to give her an extra amount of time. I could have given her this energy cell. You finish the game when the time marker reaches space 3 on the time track instead of 5. The item cannot be traded or discarded. I totally forgot to do this. So she only has 1 turn left. Hopefully she can get back and into the hibernatorium before she runs out of time. So we're going to be moving into the rest of our event steps. We're going to move our self-destruct, which we stopped. The intruder attack doesn't happen. Fire damage. Now this fire damage is only going to affect the intruders. It's not going to affect us. That happens to us during our player phase. So we don't have to worry about where I'm standing right now. I'm not going to take any damage until it comes back to the player phase and we have to take our actions. If I'm still in the place with fire, then I'll have to start taking damage again. But now we're going to resolve our event card, which of course is the one I have to reshuffle the entire event deck again. Is it even worth it? I mean, we've shuffled this thing 3 times now, and we keep getting the same card that says shuffle something, and it's really bad. Hopefully this one's good for us. I'll bet it's not. It says quarantine procedures. Close all doors and corridors connected to all rooms containing each character with a slime marker. Wow, that's absolutely ridiculous. So if we look at our card, it does say close all the doors and corridors connected to rooms containing a character with a slime marker. Guess what? Our CEO is slimed. Close the doors. He's stuck in the nest with all these doors. And now we have to do our intruder bag development phase. So we're going to mix these all up again and draw a token out of here. Let's see what we have found. We have found, it's a blue Metagore. And that states we have to perform a noise roll in order to remove this token and add a red Metagore to the bag. So I'm going to put our top red Metagore into this bag, and now all of our guys are going to have to roll for noise. Well, good news, there's no noise around our CEO. So our android has the first player token. She's going to go ahead and roll first. She got a 1, so at least she didn't actually find an intruder this time. She's been doing that pretty well. All right, next we've got our CEO. He's down here. He's going to roll, and he got a 4. So, of course, right in the way he's going to need to try to get out of here, there's a noise token. All right, those are our guys. We've done our bag step and we drew on our event step. Our event card, we're going to go ahead and get all our characters ready. So our android's going to draw up to 5 cards, and if she doesn't find a way to get through a door, I think her time here is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. She's going to draw 5 cards. She has found her contamination card, computer skills, direct access, and a contamination card, and her arm tablet. Oh, she can't get through any doors this turn. Oh no, that's going to be terrible. And now our CEO has to draw up to 5. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got his protect, fast repairs, stop it, and computer skills. Oh, he didn't get a way to get through a door either, did he? Discard a malfunction marker, repair, break the engines you're in. Remove this card to move to a room without triggering attacks. Open or close one door in a corridor connected to the room you are in. Okay, he can get out. Wow, he got lucky. And he's also going to claim the first player token. So our CEO is going to continue his egg stomping routine. He's going to discard 2 cards and then discard 2 cards, and he's going to use the nest room here to destroy these last 2 eggs. All the eggs are done. All they have to do is get to the hibernatorium and they can get out of here. Of course, he's stuck behind this door, but I have a way of opening it. Now we're going to go over to our android's turn. Now our android is going to go ahead and get rid of her direct access. She's going to go ahead and move over to this laboratory here, and she has to roll for noise upon entering it. So let's see what happens to her. She has found a 4. All right, she's okay. There's no noise there. She's going to go ahead and put it right here. The next thing she's going to do is she's going to discard her computer skills card to again move over to the surgery. She's going to try to get back to the hibernatorium. She's going to go ahead and roll for noise again, and she found a 3. Wow, this noise, she's just making noise all the way there. Now that's the end of her 2 actions. We're going to move back over to our CEO. Our CEO only has 1 card left in his computer skills. It says open or close one door in a corridor connected to the room you're in, or if you're in a room with a computer, use its room action without paying its cost. We're going to open this door. And with her last card, our android is going to discard this card to move into the hibernatorium. And this is sadly, I believe, where her story ends, but she tried her very best to help out her CEO. Now, she does have to roll for noise when she moves into this room, and she is going to be making noise in 4, so she has actually triggered an intruder in the room that the CEO has to go to. Oh, it's almost like she was trying to end him as well. Wow, what a great little thing's happening here. It's almost like this big ending. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a carnamorph, or Metagore. Sorry, they're all carnamorphs. I get them mixed up. We're going to go ahead and grab our Metagore. He's going to jump in here, and again, he's going to surprise her. He's going to give her a contamination card. She's going to gain 1 light wound, and then we're going to go ahead and put another Shambler into our intruder bag. Wow, just like that, more intruders enter this fray. All right, we're going to discard that. And that's going to be the end of her actions. She's going to have to pass, our CEO is going to have to pass, and we have to go to the next event phase. So we're going to go ahead and move our time track to 5, and this is where it ends for our android. You finish the game when the time marker reaches space 5 on the time track. Oh, if I would have activated this, she would have had till 3, but I didn't even think about it and all this stuff that was going on at the time. So our android has ended her game. So we're going to discard our event card and draw a new one, and let's see what we have found. We have found Chemical Fire. Place malfunction marker in the room with the highest number containing a fire marker. Remove that fire marker. Place a fire marker in all neighboring rooms. Fire doesn't spread through technical corridors or closed doors. Reshuffle this card into the event deck. Now this one's almost like the other ones. At least I don't discard it, but I do still have to shuffle the deck. So we're going to go ahead and put a malfunction marker in the room with the highest number that has a fire token. We're going to discard that fire token and place it in every neighboring room next to this one. Now, luckily, it doesn't go through doors, or it would be in the same room with the CEO. And we only have, look at this, 3 fire markers left before our entire ship would explode. Now we have to go ahead and do our intruder bag development. So we have to shake this up a little bit. We're going to draw a token out of here and see what happens. We have drawn, what's this? Oh, we have found another Shambler. Wow, we're just geniuses at drawing that token. All right, we have to roll for noise. Now, since our android's out of the game, our CEO is the only one that has to roll for noise, I believe. Our android is done. So he got noise in corridor 1. So we're going to go put that right over here. And then we're going to go ahead and get him all set up. So normally we would go ahead and pass this over to Android, but our Android's out. We're going to go ahead and go shuffle up all these cards, and we're going to draw 5 for our CEO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to go see what he got. He got Protect, Contamination, Robotic Punch, Demolition, and Authority. He's going to put those right there, our token up there, and now it's going to be his turn because he's really the only person left. So our CEO is going to go ahead and discard his Demolition card to move right up to here. And he walks around the corner and he sees a burned and mangled android who's run through the fire. He probably looks like something out of the Terminator movies with no skin on him at all, just hanging out. And she's already taken out the noise tokens for him. Oh, this noise token should be gone. When she rolled for noise, she actually took all the noise out of there. And he's going to roll it up. He got a 1. There's a noise token here. He's totally fine with that. He's then going to use the hibernatorium to go ahead and go into hypersleep. His nurse bot helps him right in there. He again is thanking the android for being as best that she could. She did everything he needed her to do, all the way down to the wire. And he's going to go ahead and discard 2 cards to go ahead and use the hibernatorium. So the last thing we have to do is roll for noise. As long as we don't roll a 1, we're going to be okay. We rolled a 2. We're going to put a noise token onto number 2. He's gone to the hibernatorium, and we have successfully made it through the Nemesis. Now we have to see if we've actually successfully beat Nemesis. So the first thing we have to do is check our card here. It says send the signal. We did that, and the nest must have been destroyed. We did that. All the eggs are removed from the nest. Next, we have to check our engines. Engine 3 is working. Next, we have to check engine 2. It's working. And engine 1, oh, it was working too. Wow, we got super engine boost. Then we have to check our coordinates card, but we already know we set this ourselves. It's B, so we're on our way back to corporate Earth with our CEO. Now, normally at the end of the game of Nemesis, you would scan these contamination cards to see if you have any infected cards on you, and you could gain larvas and even die straight out from the game just because you gain too many contamination cards. You can get too many infected cards and be dead and not actually win. So we've succeeded in every part of the game, except we have to know about our contamination cards. Now, playing against the Metagores, it's a little bit different. Each alive character checks the contamination cards. If there's a mutation card next to the character board, which there is, I have one right here, I'm going to skip the first step, which would be checking to see if I have any contamination cards or that say infected, and if I did, I would gain a mutation card. We already have it, so we're going to skip that step. We're going to go on to the next one, which means that I have to go ahead and create a new action deck by combining all my cards. And I have to shuffle these all together, and then after that I have to draw the top 4 cards. For each contamination card drawn, whether it says infected or not, I'm going to gain a mutation marker. If I have 4, then I die, and I'm not going to be able to actually win this game. I don't know if he has 4 in here. I don't think he does. I think our android had more. So we're going to grab 1, 2, 3, and 4 and see how many mutation cards we got. We got 1, none, none, and none. So we only had 1 mutation card. That's awesome. So we're going to gain 1 mutation marker. I'll just put that right there. But if we would have had 4 at any time, we would have died. So we got into the hibernation chamber, and we have actually successfully left with a mutation. So we can take that back to the corporation, and he can maybe use it for his own research, and maybe, like I said, heal himself a little bit, or he could find a way to take out other corporations or something. Or who knows, maybe he might even be wanting to start his own bioweapons division. And that's it. We successfully survived the Nemesis. One of our characters was able to make it out alive in the Metagore infestation. Now, we never got to see these 2 guys come on the board, but actually that's pretty good because we barely made it out as it is. Now, I have noticed that the Metagore and the Void Seers are not exactly tuned the best for the co-op or solo campaign, but they are a lot of fun to play, especially in the normal competitive mode, or I should say semi-co-op mode. They're a lot of fun. So please go ahead and check all these out. They're all awesome. All these different factions bring so much more to the table, and they play completely different, and they're really fun to play. I enjoy these new characters as well that came in the expansion set. They're all a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell symbol so you know when some of the next videos come out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. I know we kind of did a little bit different for the co-op mode because some of the cards don't interact as well with these characters, but that's okay. It was super thematic and we had a wonderful time. I always enjoy playing Nemesis. It's such a fun game. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.